And then Phantom Kings said, "Great teams, Mr. Marbelia." Then he said, "Thanks, Coach." Phantom Kings questioned, "What team's your son's going to be on?" Then he said, "My sons will be on the Detroit Claytons." Then Phantom King said, "Okay, I'll put them on that team." Mr. Marbelia shouted, "Yes!" The next day, Shrieks and Abergalaxy woke up at 8 in the morning, went to the dining table, started talking about what team they wanted to play on. But little did they know, they wanted the Detroit Claytons. Then he asked Mr. Marbelia, "Dad, what team are we on?" He replied, "You are on the Detroit Claytons, and you'll do great at it." Abergalaxy and Shrieks shouted excitedly, "Yeah, we wanted to be on that team." And I said, "Awesome." Mr. Marbelia came home from work and was wondering what was going on. She asked, "Honey, why did they get so excited?" He replied, "They were so excited because I put them on a team they wanted to be on." Then she said with relief, "Okay. Thought it was something else." Mr. Marbelia shouted upstairs, "Kids, good night. Be up by noon for your first day of practice." Shrieks and Emma said, "Okay, Dad, good night." The next day, kids woke up at 9 a.m., then started getting ready to practice at noon, and Mom walked in and said their grandma is sick. She said, "Will you have practice today?" "No, sorry," she replied. Then Emma said, "Damn, how bad is the sickness?" She said, "Not that bad. The reason we are not sending you practice today, we don't want you to worry about during practice." And Streaks replied, "True. Do we have to go to her house or no?" Streaks asked. And Mom replied, "No, not really. They decided to go back to bed for a couple hours." They woke up and watched the Miami Heat and Detroit Pistons were playing. The Heat won by 20 points. Streaks and Abergalaxy were devastated because the Pistons, that was their first loss. And it's like, God, fiddly widdly, we never lose. Lost. Mr. Belia came up in their room and asked the Pistons won. Streaks said sadly, "No, we lost." Mr. Belia, "Dang. Oh well, at least it's still beginning of the NBA season." "True," the kids replied. Abergalaxy said, "When's our next practice date?" "I'm not sure," Mr. Belia said, replied confused. And what rang Mr. Belia said, "Why is Coach at the door? I see him on the ring camera." Mr. Belia questioned, "Did you tell your kids why they weren't at practice today?" I said, "Yeah, I called them at 7 a.m. She said, "Okay, honey." Mr. Belia Streaks and his own friend came inside the couch. Sat on the couch and said, "Mr. Belia, yesterday got canceled. I forgot to tell you about it. Sorry." Mr. Belia said, "Oh, don't worry. My kids didn't come. My mom was sick, so I didn't want them to think about all the factors going on." "Phew," said the coach, relieved. The coach left a few minutes later. Mr. Belia later was wondering how the coach got his address because he didn't tell beforehand. So he asked him if the coach got his address, but he said he doesn't remember. He owns it. And the NMBA call center person said, "Hey, Marvel, what's up?" He replied, "How does Coach Fantasy know my address?" The coach center replied, "You own the NMBA, silly. And that's why your kids. That's why we have your address." He said, "I do own the NBA. Sorry, I was half asleep because Fantasy showed up." He hung up. 1 week later, Abergalaxy and Streaks, I have the first day of school. Mr. and Mrs. Marbelia said, "Don't tell anyone the NMBA, okay?" The kids said, "Walk on the door." "Okay, Mom and Dad." 5 minutes later, they got to school, and the first hour was digital media productions, second hour was math, third hour was English, fourth hour was gym, fifth and sixth hour was game design. They loved the first day of school.